Who here has a cell phone? Raise your hand. Now look around. That's almost every single one of you. You can put your hands down. 90% of the adult American population today has a cell phone. 55% have smartphones. And 44% of that 90 say that they check their phones without any reason to. There's no ring, there's no vibration. It's just this subconscious desire to be needed. It's a subconscious want to be needed. Society relies so heavily on these cell phones, these tiny devices in our pockets, but little do we know that they're completely altering the world around us. Cell phones are used for almost anything, everything. You need a recipe, a phone number, a hairstyle. You check your phone, you check your apps. You look at Pinterest, you look at this, you look at that. It's a constant consultation with an inanimate object. It's hard to blame people for having such accessibility. Having everything so conveniently placed in front of you, it's hard not to use it. We're all guilty of it. It's so small, it's so smart, it's hard to say no. However, the problem doesn't lie within the companies creating these cell phones, these smartphones, these tablets, these computers. It lies within society. It's how we abuse the cell phones. It's how we abuse their capabilities. That's the problem. Cell phones are responsible for many things. They show up in many different places. First, I want to focus on the changes in education that are a result of the changes in technology, more specifically with our phones. Now, it's common to sit in class and to get participation points, not by raising your hand and answering a question or writing down the answer, but to respond using a cell phone. Not your face. They don't even need to know your name. They just want your input. The face-to-face communication of education has diminished. In large settings, there's no one-on-one. Even with our TAs, the classes are too big, but the only way it works is through the use of technology. And yes, it is more efficient in certain ways. It's efficient in ways for the teacher. It's easier to communicate with the students. It's easier, supposedly, for them to teach us. But it makes it a lot harder to learn when we're never challenged to learn. How many times have you taken an online exam and Googled half of your answers? There's no accountability. And not only is there no accountability in the classroom, there's no accountability outside of the classroom. If you have a problem, you're going to email your teacher. You're not going to go up and talk to them in class because it's much easier to sit behind your computer, formulate coherent thoughts, and send them onward. Your teacher is never going to know your name unless you make yourself known. So not only is it affecting our education, but it's affecting our problem solving and our confrontation ability. Society has taken the plunge of this technological advance. How many times have you gone to dinner with your friends or your family, gone to a concert, and all you see are bright white screens and people's heads down? It's this desire to communicate with superficial thoughts. It's said that the average person spends 90 minutes a day on their cell phone. That's 90 minutes a day that you're not making eye contact, that you're not talking to anyone. It only takes 10 seconds to make a friend. It only takes 10 minutes to figure out a problem. But we're so busy consulting something so insignificant and so small that we're not taking the time to actually consult our own lives. With social mediums becoming more apparent through the use of smartphones, such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, it's so easy to become invisible. No one ever has to see your face, yet they can hear your most intimate thoughts. They don't have to know your name or anything about you, yet they can see all your pictures. They can see all the people you're close to. This need to be recognized on social media and to look a certain way, appear to your friends a certain way, has superficialized our society. And a lot of people don't realize that it's not happening just around you, the people sitting on your table looking at their cell phones. It's happening on a global level. And it's something that needs to be recognized. It's a decision, it's a choice, and we all need to make it. Cell phones to smartphones, home phones, it's innovation, it's inevitable, and it's going to happen. And we shouldn't reject this innovation, we should open it, we should support it, experiment with it. It's our responsibility as society to use these cell phones to improve our lives, not to distract from them. We spend so much time looking down, we forget to spend time looking up. We forget to ask about the important things and do the little things. It might be 90 minutes a day, which isn't much in 24 hours. But in a year, it's 23 days. And in a lifetime, it rounds out to right about 4 years. So I challenge you, stop looking down, start looking up.